So, welcome back to today's lesson. So, let's start our lesson today. So, in the last lecture, I reviewed and found that some more light needs to be thrown in division, float division, and modulus operator. So, in this video, I will be covering in two parts. So, in the first part, I will be teaching division, float division, and modulus operator again in a better manner, in a manner so that it will be easier to understand. And in the second half of the video, I will be discussing some questions that will help you to understand the basics of Python. It will help you to revise the concept that we have already learned. So let's start our video. So let us open VS Code. So this is going to be question practice video of unit 1. To make things simpler, I am going to give a very real life example to you. So let's start with that. Let's forget every Python, every programming that we have learned till now, and let's get into basic mathematics. So we need to divide 10 by 3. So 10 1 are 10. So we need to divide 10 by 3. So 3 3 is 9, 3, 1. If you will put a decimal here, then you will get 0 and again 3, again 9, and this will go on. So when you divide 10 by 3, so it is 10 by 3. So here the divisor is 3, the dividend is 10, and the quotient is 3.333. It is recurring, and the remainder we are getting, it is always 1. So if I ask you to divide 10 by 3, so what will your answer be? Either you will say it's 3.3 recurring, that is this very thing, or you would say that it's 3 and 1 is the remainder. In order to tackle this situation, we have standard division, that is the division which we are performing over here, float division, and modulus. So I'm going to describe all these three in a very simple manner. So let me start with simple division. Okay. So first operator I will be dealing with, it's division. This is the division operator or standard division. So whenever we will use this division operator, the result we will get, it is always in float. The result we will get, it will be in float. So float implies that the result we will get, it will hold decimal. So now let's go through the notes. computes true mathematical division, it always returns a float, even if the number is perfectly divided. So if you will divide 10 by 2, the output will be 5.0, as the nature of standard division is float. So it will always give a decimal value. And for example, if you will divide some recurring numbers, so the answer will be 3.333 and it will keep on going. So let's demonstrate the same over here. So let me name the variable expression exp is equals to 10 by 3. Print exp py string back unit 1 dot unit. So the answer is 3.333 and 5. Okay, so it will keep on going. So as I already said, the data type must be float. So let's verify the same. And yes, the data type is float. So what if 10 divided by 5? So it will be 2. But as I said, whenever we will use this operator, that is standard division or division, the result will always be float. So the result will be 2.0. And the data type as 2.0 as decimal. So it will be float. The answer is same, 2.0, and the class is float. I hope you got this in a very clear manner. This is standard division or division. So the key things you need to remember, it will always return a floating number, and second, it will not show only one thing. It will always return you the floating number. That's all. Now comes our second topic, float division. Well, float division will always return you an integer value. So it's not a very complex things, to be honest. Let's go to the whiteboard once again. So float division, there is no way to increase the width. So in float division, now we have already dealt about this division. Now we will talk about float division. Let me change the color so that it would be better. So in float division, there will be two slashes, and the data type that will be returned is integer. Now I will explain why it is integer. So what happens when you will perform float division? You will always write the quotient that you will get. So the same thing you were writing earlier. So what's the difference? The difference is, as the remainder is 1, we won't worry about remainder, and we will just simply write the value over here that we have got as quotient. So I hope you got now. So in float division, the return type is always integer, because we don't do any other operations other than division, and we keep the remainder as it is. We don't put decimal, and we don't continue the division. So let's read the definition once. Divides numbers and rounds down to the nearest whole integer towards negative if infinity 7, 8, 9. So what does the definition say? So the definition says very simple thing. It says that whenever you will divide something, it will always uh, go towards the lower number. For example, if using a division operator, you got 3.1, so it will be 3, because always the round off is towards the lower side, lower integer. It's given the type rule. It returns an integer if both inputs are integer, returns a float if there is if either input contains a decimal. So it will return float only when you have used one of them operator as float. That's the rule of implicit data conversion. Then negative, because it breaks down a negative number like decimal, so 3.5 turns down -4. So I'm giving you a very nice example for this. So this is a number line 0, 1, 2, 3. So similarly -1, -2. Perfect. So in number line, if you encounter the division as 3.1, or say let's 2.1. So 2.1 must be over here somewhere. So there will always left shift. So the answer will be 2. Similarly, if you got -1.5, so it's -1.5. So 1 minus 1.5 must lie somewhere over here. So the answer will be -2. This is the thing that is written over there, and I hope you got it in a perfect manner. So we will see all these things here too. Let's we had taken -2.5, so I will divide -25 by 10, and let's see what's the answer. -25 by 10, and let me apply floor division. And perfect. The answer is sorry, I had taken -1.5. So if I had taken -2.5, the answer would be 3. That's correct. So as you can locate here, it's -1.5. So 15 by 10 -15 by 10. The answer must be -2. Perfect. It matches our concept as well. And here I had taken, so let's choose, it's I think 2.1. So 2.1. So 21 by 10. So I had said the answer would be 2. So let's check the same. The answer is 2. I hope you got it. So before concluding, I would like to give a brief overview about the things we learned over here. So in float division, if you follow the number line, there is always left integer shift. So if it's -1.5, it will be -2. If it is 1.5, then it is 1, because in number line the middle is 0, and then positive and negative numbers are divided in both sides. You can have this image as well, which I have drawn for your reference. Now coming to our last operator, modulus operator. What does modulus operator do? So let's get back to our question, and let me erase this. So modulus operator. Modulus operator is given by percentage sign. So modulus operator does the simplest thing that all of the three operators do. It just gives you the remainder. So if you use modulus operator, you need not worry about anything. It will just give you the remainder of any expression. So when 10 is divided by 3, the remainder is 1. So obviously the answer would be 1. It's as simple as that. So let's take another example as well. If 17 is divided by 5, what's the remainder? So 5 times 3 is 15. So answer must be 2. So let's verify the same. So percentage sign for modulus. So it must return 1. Let's see. And yes, the answer is 1. And using common sense, if I ask you that why it is integer, so the remainder is always in integer form. And by basic knowledge, I would like to say that the remainder is always 1 less than the divisor. So it's basically division rule that we had learned in earlier classes, most probably in class 10. That's it. So let me solve the next expression as well. 17 modulus 5. It must give 2. And yes, the answer is 2. So I hope you got it. Now let me revise this all three once. So I have drawn a chart over here, a table, so that you can have a better overview. So division, that is a standard division. The result is always float. Example 7 divided by 2 is 3.5 and minus 7 divided by 2 is minus 3.5. In order for better clarity, I will also perform it sideways. 7 divided by 2. The answer is 3.5 for this, as we are performing standard division, and for minus 7.2, the answer is given minus 3.5. So let's verify the same. Yes, the class or the data type we have got, it is float because we are performing standard division. I hope standard division is crystal clear now. So now we are moving to the second operator, that is float division. So in float division, the result is either integer or float. So when it is integer, so it is integer when both the operators are integer. It is float when any one of the operator is float. So why it is float? I would say the reason is implicit type conversion that Python offers. So float division, I had given the number line concept. So it's very easy. Whenever you will be solving any question, so I would recommend to use the number line method. So it's 7 by 2, it's 3.5. I said we need to go to the left, but I am giving you number line as well. Number line 1, 2, 5 and number line negative. Okay, perfect. I hope I will get anyone from here to copy this image. Let me try if whiteboard allows me to paste. Yes, it does. Perfect. So now I can explain you in a very better manner. So float division, it will give an integer of float. 7 float division 2. So it's you are going to do 7 by 2. So it's 3, 6. So remainder is 1. We will put a decimal or point. We will get 10. And then 5 times 2 5s are 10. It's point. So the remainder is 0. So let's locate 3.5. If you can't see, I am mentioning here it's 3.5. Sorry for the bad handwriting. It's due to trackpad issue. Let's point 3.5. Yes, 3.5 would be here. So let's shift it left now. It's 3. Perfect. We got it. The same thing for minus 3.5. Let's see what's minus 3.5. So it's minus 3.5. So it will be minus 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. So minus 3.5 will lie between minus 3 and minus 4 and minus 3 over here. And you can see the left side we will get minus 4. This is the value, and for here 3. So let's verify the same. So 7 float division 2. Let's see what's the answer. Yes, 3. And what did we get here? We had also got 3. The answer is correct. Now I will operate the same with negative. So let's see the answer now. Minus 4. Perfect. And we had also got here minus 4. Our answer is perfectly correct. I hope you got it in a very crystal manner. So modulus or remainder. So it result will be always integer or float. I talked about this, and it gives you the remainder. It's the easiest operator of all. Okay. So if you still have any queries regarding the first unit, make sure to comment the same. I will uh, try my best to resolve your issues. Now, I am coming to the second part of the video, that is concept clarity questions. Before moving ahead, I would like to say that the questions are of different levels. Some of them are easy, some of them are moderate, some of them are difficult. And I have included some questions that deliberately will test your caliber. It will improve your thinking skill. And I recommend, first of all, going through the question yourself. You can go with me as well, and then coming to the final answer. I hope this approach will help you to build logic for the further upcoming lessons. So let's start. This is our first question series. So first, I for your ease, I have also written which topic the question is from. Maybe from later videos, I won't be writing, as it is giving you a clue. But since this is the first video, I am doing this. So let's begin our wonderful journey with questions. So what is the syntax? So syntax is the rules. I had said this in a previous video, that if a student studies in Kendra Vidyalaya KV, he needs to wear the uniform of KV. He cannot wear the uniform of any other school. So school practices a set of rules. You need to follow those. Then only you can enter. So similarly in programming languages, there is some syntax, that is set of rules. For example, you cannot use keyword. Why you cannot use keyword? Because it has some different purpose. For example, if you will name a variable uh, input, so definitely input is used to take input from user. I will be teaching this you in upcoming lessons, so you can't use. So summing with, syntax is the rules that are defined by programming language in order to get the result. Just the root word is rules. You need to remember this. The second question, identify the data type of the following values. So we are given here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 values. We need to say the data type of each of them. Let's start. 25. Is 25 having any decimal? No, then it must be clearly integer. So integer. 3.14, is 3.14 having decimal? Yes. Then the data type is float. Python in quotes. So is there quotes, single quote or double quote in the word? Yes, it is. So it will be string data type. True. Is true having double quotes or single quotes? The answer is no. Then what's true? It's Boolean. True and false. Minus 8. Wonderful question. Minus 8 is what? Is it having any points or decimal? Then no. It is not a float. It must be an integer. Let's verify all of this. So print type. I will copy this very thing. So now let's run it. So the first statement, it's giving integer and our answer was also integer. The second line, that is 3.14, it's float, perfect. Python, we said as it is in quotes, it must be string, and definitely it's a string. The fourth one, it's boolean. It's boolean over here too. -8 is an integer as we talked about it, and yes, it's an integer. So I hope you got this. Now coming to the third question. Third question's topic is compiler versus interpreter. The question goes like, explain the difference between compiler and interpreter. Why is Python called an interpreted language? Perfect question. Why is Python called an interpreted language? Just give me a moment. Fine. So the major difference between compiler and interpreter is compiler converts the user written code, that is the code that we write, to machine understandable code, that is binary 0 and 1 in one go. So compiler in one go, and interpreter does the same task, but it does line by line. So why Python is called interpreted language? Because Python follows the sequence of conversion line by line. The method of conversion that Python follows is line by line conversion. Therefore, Python is an interpreted language. I hope you got it now. It was an easy question. Now coming to the fourth. Yes, it's a good question again. We need to tell the data type of this 25.0 and in quotes 25. So 25, as it is plain, is there decimal? No, it will be integer. The second 25.0, is it having decimal? Yes. So it will be float. The third, is it within quotes? Yes. So it must be string. Let's verify the same in VS Code. Perfect. Oh, I need to write type as well. So let's see. The first is integer, the second float, and third is the string. One thing I would like to say, if you will just write a point after any number, so for example, you are writing 25 point and you are not writing any 0, 1 or anything, any number. So as the number is containing point or decimal, it will be definitely termed as float. I hope this important information will help you. So let's come to the fifth question. What is a variable? Variable, I thought this in first lecture. So variable are like box in which we can put the value. For example, x is equals to 10. So x is holding the value 10. Now the sixth question is about rules for naming variable. Which of the following are valid variable name? Give a reason. So let me give you a brief revision of this thing. So variable name can start from A to Z or capital A to Z, anything, or underscore. These three things. You cannot have special characters in between the variables like space, hyphen, and all those. So now let's go to the question after I gave you a brief revision. The student underscore name, yes, it is a variable. 2 marks is it is starting with the number. Yes. Is it allowed? No. So it is not a valid variable name. Underscore total, is it starting with underscore? Is underscore allowed? Yes. Class, Class is not a variable name because class is a keyword that is used by Python for nomenclature of class. Then roll number, yes it is because it is starting with small r. And the last first hyphen name is hyphen allowed? No, it is not. Therefore, first hyphen name is not a valid variable name. So I hope you got it. Now coming to the seventh question. Seventh question talks about what are Python keywords? Why can't we use if, for, or class as variable names? It's a good question. So what are Python keywords? Python keywords are the reserved words by Python used for some specific purpose. Why can't we use if? Because if is used for if else statement that we will learn in coming classes, that is conditional statement. For is used for loop, class for class, and that's all. What is name error? What error will the following code produce? Explain why. Print age is equals 20. So the issue with this piece of code is that you are using print function and you are trying to print the value of age. But the issue with this piece of code is that you are trying to use the variable before the initialization. And I said Python is an interpreted language. It will go through line by line. So you always need to initialize the variable, declare the variable first of all, then it's all upon your wish whether to initialize some value or not. So it won't work because you are using a variable before the declaration of the variable. This is the reason, and it will provide name error. Name error is thrown when you will use a variable and the variable could not be found in namespace. So namespace, if you want to learn, so namespace is basically in a basic manner, I would say directory of the variables used or for in a program. It is very layman language. I will talk about this namespace in coming lectures as it is an advanced topic. Question number 9, print, we need to predict the output over here. So print in quotes were given 50, 15 multiplied by 3, but it's in quotes. So it uses the repetition of a string character. So we will get the 15, 15, 15. So let's implement the same in Python. And the answer is same, 15, 15, 15. It gets printed. The second part is 15 times 3. So as both of them are integers, the answer must be integer. So the answer must be 45. Let's print the same and let's check if our answer is true or not. Yes, our answer is true. Now question number 10, predict the output. So it's the first question is 20 divided by 3. What must be the output? So let's get back to our whiteboard. So it's 20. Let me change the color to some contrast color so that it will be easy. So 3 sevens are 18. So after decimal, if you put over here, so you will get 0. 3, I think 3 6 are 18. I made a mistake. 3 6 are 18. Very sorry for that. 3 6 are 18. So after you put decimal, you will again 6 6 6. It will keep on recurring. The answer must be 6.66666 and it keeps on. The second question is 20 floor division 3. So in floor division, we will just write the quotient without decimal. And to be precise, we will use our beloved number line concept over here as well. Oh, no. So let me go to whiteboard. So when you will use that, it will give 6 itself, and 20 modulus 3, the remainder as we saw was 2, and 20 2, and the last question is 2 exponential 5, so it means 2 raised to the power 5. So we will go through this all. So it's 32 because 2 times 2 times 2. So I hope you got this. Well, I am just printing all of this. Let me just see if the word will start working again. So the first answer is 6.66. I said recurring. The second answer is 6 that we had predicted. The third answer is modulus 20 modulus 3. So the answer will be 2, as 2 is the remainder. And the last is 32, as 32 is because 2 times 2 into 2 into 2, like 5 times if you will do so, the answer will be 32. So 11th question. No, what would want to work, I don't think. This taking a lot of time. So we are back again, and let's continue our. So the question goes like, so in this, we need to follow the priority of the operator. So I had taught you earlier that the highest priority is given to parentheses. Then we have exponentials, and then we will have division, floor division, modulus, and multiplication. They all have been given same priority, and addition and subtraction are given the least priority. So the question is a prime example of that. So let's deal with the question now. So the first of all, this part will be evaluated. So it will be 10 plus 5. So it will goes like 10 plus 5 multiplication 4. Uh, then this part will be evaluated 5 times 4, it will be 20. So then we will get 10 plus 20, the result will be 30. So we have already dry run this. So dry run has been done. So let's go to VS Code and see the output. Yes, the answer is 30. So now we will go to this question. I think we can try and hear it itself. So I already thought that parenthesis will have the most following that exponential, then division. Multiplication, this all have the same priority. So in this question, we are having, so the answer would be 10 plus 25, 50 divided by 2. The answer will be 25. Then this step will be evaluated. Then we will get 125 as the answer. And for the second question, it will go like, as parenthesis has the highest preference, priority, precedence, we can say that priority. So 150 divided by 2 will be done. There will be addition of 150. So the result is 150 divided by 2. The answer will be 100. 150 divided by 2, it's I think 75. I'm not pretty sure. It's, yes, the answer is 75. The answer must be 75. Let's verify the same in VS Code itself. Yes, the answer is 125.0. I made a mistake over here. The answer would be 125.0 and 75.0. This is a very common mistake. I hope you won't be making it from next time, and even I won't. Then the issue is whenever we will be use division, the result that we get is always float. So 75.0 and 125.0. I hope you this question helped you to understand two basic concepts, that parenthesis has the highest priority and the data type that we get after using division operator is always float. It's asking why did the answers differ. It's because of operator priority or operator precedence. So question number 13, let's solve this. So question number 13, we are given Python plus programming and we are given two strings, Python and programming. So the answer must be concatenation. So Python and then programming. Why this both are coming together? Because they won't be coming together. There is a small space if you can look properly. So there's a space over here. Therefore, there is a small space between this. And the second is classical example of repetition. High is in quotes. So that's a string and it's multiplied 4 times. So there will be high printed 4 times. Let's verify the same in VS Code. So yes, the answer is fine. Oh, high and exclamation was there. So perfect. Let's go to the question number 14. Now, it's a very good question. So the following code is gives an error. Why correct it? So let's see what kind of error we are getting first of all, and then we will correct it. So it's given type error. We cannot concatenate the string to that is we can only concatenate string to string. So basically we can only do this thing that only two strings can be added and the addition of two string is joining. I would say it's just joins to string. So we can either put 20 in quotes, or we can also do one more thing, that is like type conversion, that is explicit type conversion. We will write a string in front of 20 and then I hope the program must run, and yes, it did run. So in the option second, we would have written quotes in 20. So the data type definitely changes to a string and then it must work. Yes, it did work. So there were two methods. There are several other methods. I will be talking about those, but as of now, let's just deal with these two and I will be teaching others in the upcoming lessons. So question number 15 is a classical example. It's a good question number 15, and it definitely needs your time and you need to focus on this. Perfect. So before heading ahead, I want to tell you two things, that the exponential operator operates right to left. So it follows the right to left operation. Did you understand? So it will be the equivalent to, so the given question can be given as, so right to left operator. So first of all, in the extreme right, we say 3 raised to the power 2. So that's 3 to the power 2. So 3 to the power 2, it will give 9. So instead of this 3, we can now follow this 1 exponential. So now instead of this part, we can replace it with 9. So now the rightmost part will become this thing. So that is 2 raised to the power 9. 2 raised to the power 9 will give you 152. You can calculate this manually, as I already know the value and directly writing here. And now it will be, we can write this in this place. So now it's 1 raised to the power 152. 1 raised to the power anything will result in 152. Sorry, will result in 1. So the answer will be 1. This problem needs a further explanation. Therefore, if you have not understood by any means, so I am definitely trying you again to understand, as this is an important question for clarity. So let me write the rule. Exponential operator operates from right to left. This is the rule. And now I will be explaining the rule again. I will be explaining the solution again. So in this part, the rightmost thing is this 3 exponential 2. So this will be evaluated first of all. So it will be, so 9. So now the rightmost thing has become 2 raised to the power 9. So now this will be evaluated 152. Now the rightmost and the only thing that's remaining is 1 raised to the power 152, and we know that 1 raised to any power will give 1. This is a basic property of indices. So the answer will be 1. I hope you got it. If you have any issue regarding this question, please write in comment section, and I will again explain this if you are having issue. The answer is 1. This was an important question. Now coming to the 16th question. The 16th question talks about operator precedence again. So let me deal with this question now. So I had said that the highest priority is given to parenthesis, that is brackets. Then we will give exponential, then multiplication, division, modulus, and floor division. This all has the same priority, but the operation of these will be left to right, and then the least priority is given to addition and subtraction. So let's solve this question. So we find that 3 exponential 2 is given. So we need to follow that first of all. So instead of this, we will be writing now 3 raised to the power 2 is equals to 9, because 3 raised to the power 2 implies 3 into 3. So it's 9. Now looking at the question, now we encounter a very good situation that we can see that multiplication, floor division, and modulus operator, given it has same priority, then how will that be evaluated? So the operation will go from left to right. So this must be evaluated. I am underlining the things that is being operated so that it will help you to develop a better understanding. So 2 9s are 18. So the answer is now 18. Let me write the answer here. And now this is the thing. Oh. Now floor division will be used, so it will go like 5 plus, when you will do floor division of 18 floor division 2, the answer will be 9 modulus 4. Now our problem has been changed. Now we are going to solve this part, 9 modulus 4. So what's 9 modulus 4? In order for your understanding, it will be 1, but I want to make you understand. So 9 is 9, 9 2 is 8, 4 is 4, 4 2 is 8. So the remainder is 1. Therefore, we will put here 1, print 5 plus 1. The answer would be finally 6. Let's evaluate the same in Python. Yes, the answer is 6. Our answer is definitely correct. So question number 17. We are given to predict the output. So A is a variable holding 5. And now we are declaring another variable A, which will have the value of A. So B is a new variable that we declared, and it is having the value that A was having. So here B is equals to 5, and now we are updating the value of A to 10. So, and then we are writing print A. So now the updated value of A is 10 and B's value remains same as 5. So let's check the same in VS Code. Yes, the answer is right, 10 and 5. We are given here, we need to debug the code, we need to say what's the mistake in this code, and we need to rectify the same. So first mistake is, let's go through the code. First of all, 4 is equals to 20 and student name is called Sprout. So 4 is a keyword. It is used in loop. So 4 is not a valid variable name. So there is issue in line number 1, and the second line student name is a variable, but we can see there is a space between the student and name. So it is also violating the rules for naming variable. So the thing won't get printed. In order to rectify the issues, we need to change the name of variable. Let's say we change to 41, and instead of space we give a underscore, and in the last statement with using print function, let's give the same name and let's see if it's working or not. Yes, now it's working. Now question number 19. So in question number 19, we need to predict the output again. So marks is a variable that is holding string data type value of 90, and bonus is another variable that is holding 10, but as it is not in quotes, it is the data type is integer. So marks data type here is string, and in bonus the data type is integer. Now let's come to the question, print int marks. So this part of the question, this thing we particularly say type conversion. So this is explicit type conversion. As I taught you earlier in earlier classes that when Python by default changes the data type, that we call it implicit, but when we programmers or we humans, whoever is writing the code or program changes the data type, then it is example of explicit. So now the data type here of marks will become integer. So now the evaluation will go like 90 plus 10, both are integers, so there will be addition, the answer will be 100. But now looking at the second question, that is second part, it is given marks multiplied by 2. but marks by default there is no type conversion. So marks by default had the string data type, so it is string into 2. So this is a classical use of repetition of string function. That's the feature of string. So the answer would be 9090. Let's check the same in our VS Code. Yes, the first answer is 100, the second is 9090. Now coming to the 20th and the last question. Without executing the code, predict the output and explain every step. So in the first step, x is a variable and x is holding the value 5. So x is holding integer value 5. So data type of x is integer, int or integer. The second is y variable, and y is holding 10, but we can observe that 10 is written in double quotes. Therefore the value data type of y is string. So y is holding 10 in quotes. Therefore the data type is string. So let's come to the first question. Print x plus 5. So x it's integer, so it will go simply like 5 plus 5. So answer would be 10. Now let's come to the second question. Print int y. So there is type conversion. In if you are having issues in type conversion, so I am going to give explain it a bit. So for example, what's type conversion? Let me explain it over here itself. So type conversion is the methodology of changing data type. So type conversion means we are changing, means the data type is being changed. How do this happen? So it happens by two methods. First is implicit type conversion. So implicit, so inbuilt by Python, and second is explicit type. So in explicit means by humans, or forceful by humans. So I will be giving example of both. X is equals to, let's say it's 10, and y is equals to 2.0. Print x into y. So what do you think the answer would be? Will it be 20 or 20.0? The answer will be 20.0, because one is having a float and integers. Whenever you will do operation of same nature, but if either one is float and second is integer, the one with higher bits will be considered. For in this case, float will be the result. So 20, and now let's check the data type as well. Print type x by y, then it would be float. And the second is explicit. So why implicit here? Because we didn't write manually float or something, so therefore it's implicit, because everything was done by Python itself. In explicit, we humans do the change. For example, if x is having 1 2 3, now you want to convert 1 2 3 to string. So how you will do so? So the syntax for doing so is writing the data type, and in brackets you will write the variable or the value whose data type needs to be changed. So in data type, you will write the data type to which you want to convert, and in bracket you will write the value of variable. So in this case, let's jump to our original question. So integer y. So here the by default the data type was string, but now we are forcefully changing it to integer. So it will become 10 plus 5. So it must be 15. Now third question. In third question, we are changing the data type of 5. So 5 to string. So string means quotations. Quotations means it will help you to do concatenation operators and all such things. So it will be 510, but the format must be in string. So I'm just writing 510 so that you get it. And last question, x plus. So here, when you look into this, you can find that it's having parenthesis as well. So the parenthesis part will be evaluated first of all. So this part will be evaluated. So int plus xy. Sorry, x plus int y. So x is holding 5 and int y. So you convert the data type of y, that is 10, and now 10 is integer 10. So it will be 10 and then you multiply with 2. So it goes like this. It is equals to, so 15 plus this parenthesis part will be evaluated. 15 into 2, now it will give you 30. So let's check all this in VS Code. So first answer is 10, second is 15, third is 510, and last is 30. I hope you got this, and I will be attaching the questions in description box as well. Whenever you want to go through them, you can go through. And we are closing chapter number 1. We have completed now. Now from the next video, I will be teaching unit 2. If you have any issues regarding unit 1, you can definitely revise the videos. I recommend making notes as well, although I am providing notes. And if the issue still remains, make sure to comment the same. I will resolve at the earliest. Thank you for the video. If you have any feedback, make sure to drop it in comment section. Thank you.